Everyone wants a dream job. It's what we've been told to aim for our entire lives. But what if the dream isn't what it seems? What if landing your perfect role actually leads to more stress, burnout, or even regret? Here's a surprising fact. A 2021 Gallup study found that 85% of people worldwide are unhappy in their jobs. That's right, most people aren't living the dream, even in jobs they once thought were perfect. And another study from MIT Sloan revealed that a toxic work culture is 10 times more likely to cause people to quit than pay issues. In this video, we'll dive deep into why the dream job might not be so dreamy after all. From hidden pressures to burnout and toxic environments, we'll expose the traps you need to avoid. But don't worry, I'll also show you how to make smart career choices so you can build a career that truly works for you. Ready to find out if your dream job is a nightmare in disguise? Let's get started. Chapter 1, The Illusion of a Dream Job. What they don't tell you. We've all been there, imagining a perfect job where work feels like play, and every day is fulfilling. But here's the truth, no job is perfect. According to a 2019 Gallup poll, only 34% of employees in the US report feeling engaged in their work. Even in so-called dream jobs, people can feel disconnected or unfulfilled. Why? Because the concept of a dream job is often idealized. We focus on the perks, like a cool office, high salary, or flexible hours, and overlook the reality of daily tasks. The excitement wears off, and soon, we're left wondering if this is what we really signed up for. Strategy: take off the rose-colored glasses. Before jumping into any role, ask yourself, what does the day-to-day work look like? Talk to people in the field to get a real sense of the job's demands. Make sure it aligns with your long-term goals and interests, not just your short-term desires. As author Cal Newport said in his book So Good They Can't Ignore You, passion comes after you put in the hard work to become excellent at something valuable, not before. Chapter 2, Golden Handcuffs. When success becomes a trap. Imagine this. You land a high-paying job with all the perks, company car, big bonuses, and a shiny title. Sounds like a dream, right? But what if you hate waking up for it every morning? This is what we call the golden handcuffs phenomenon. A Harvard Business Review study found that 58% of high achievers often feel trapped in their successful jobs because they're afraid of losing financial security and status. Golden handcuffs can make you stay in a job you don't love because you're too comfortable, or too scared, to leave. The problem? Staying in a job just for the money can lead to burnout and dissatisfaction. As humans, we crave meaning, not just money. A 2021 survey by McKinsey showed that 70% of employees are now seeking more purpose in their work. Strategy: avoid falling into this trap by consistently checking in with yourself. Is the paycheck worth the emotional cost? Create an exit strategy if you feel stuck. Start saving for a transition or upskill in areas that interest you. Remember, money can't buy happiness. As Dan Pink says in his book Drive, autonomy, mastery, and purpose are far more powerful motivators than money will ever be. Chapter 3, The Burnout Mirage, Passion versus Productivity. We've all heard the advice, follow your passion. But what happens when passion turns into pressure? When you love your job so much that you can't stop working, you risk burning out. A 2021 Deloitte survey found that 77% of professionals have experienced burnout at their current job, and passion-driven professionals are particularly at risk. Why? Because when you're passionate, you feel obligated to give more. But passion alone can't sustain productivity. As the World Health Organization, WHO, recognized in 2019, burnout is now classified as a syndrome resulting from chronic workplace stress. It's important to realize that even if you love your job, rest and boundaries are essential. Strategy: set clear boundaries for work and life. Just because you're passionate doesn't mean you should sacrifice your well-being. Schedule regular downtime and take breaks to avoid burnout. As author Greg McKeown suggests in Essentialism, if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. Protect your passion by ensuring it doesn't consume every part of your life. If you're finding this information helpful, please hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more insights on navigating your career journey. Chapter 4, The Work-Life Balance Illusion. Behind the glamour, one of the biggest selling points of a dream job is the promise of work-life balance. You'll hear about flexible hours, remote work, or amazing vacation policies. But here's the kicker: many people in high-demand jobs struggle to actually take advantage of these perks. A 2021 study by the American Institute of Stress found that 80% of workers feel stress on the job, and many of them reported poor work-life balance as a major factor. Why does this happen? Because dream jobs often come with hidden expectations. You might find yourself answering emails at midnight, working weekends, or staying late to meet deadlines. Even if your job offers flexibility, the pressure to always be on can lead to stress and exhaustion. Arianna Huffington, in her book Thrive, argues, we're in the midst of a sleep deprivation crisis because our work culture glorifies overwork. Strategy: to avoid falling into the work-life balance trap, create non-negotiable boundaries. Block off time in your calendar for family, hobbies, and self-care. Use tools like Do Not Disturb settings on your phone after work hours. Communicate with your boss early on about your boundaries so there are no surprises. A balanced life is essential for long-term success and happiness. Chapter 5: Toxic Culture in Disguise, the Hidden Red Flags. Even the most glamorous companies can have toxic cultures lurking beneath the surface. Just because a workplace offers free snacks or an open office doesn't mean it's a healthy environment. A 2022 report by MIT Sloan found that toxic culture was the #1 reason people left their jobs during the Great Resignation. More than compensation or work hours, employees were fleeing places with bad leadership, office politics, and unfair treatment. What makes this tricky is that toxic cultures often disguise themselves well. On the surface, everything looks great: team events, happy hours, and fun perks, but behind the scenes, there's micromanagement, lack of support, or poor communication. This can quickly turn your dream job into a source of anxiety. Strategy: learn to spot the red flags before you accept the job. Pay attention to how the company treats its employees during the interview process. Are they respectful of your time? Do they value transparency? Look at reviews on platforms like Glassdoor, but also ask insiders if possible. As Kim Scott puts it in her book Radical Candor, the most important thing you can do as a leader is create a culture of feedback. The same is true for any company. Good cultures thrive on open communication. Chapter 6: Rewriting the Dream, Redefining Success on Your Terms. Finally, one of the biggest challenges with chasing a dream job is that it's based on someone else's idea of success. We're often told that titles, salaries, and company prestige are the markers of achievement. But what if your version of success looks different? According to a 2020 LinkedIn Workforce Confidence Survey, 74% of professionals value flexibility and work-life balance over money and status. That's a huge shift in how we define career success. And it makes sense. People are realizing that quality of life matters more than the traditional dream job checklist. You don't need to work for a big-name company or have a fancy title to feel fulfilled. In fact, the Yale Happiness Lab points out that focusing on intrinsic goals, like personal growth, meaningful relationships, and impact, leads to more lasting happiness than chasing external rewards. Strategy: take time to redefine what success means to you. Ask yourself, what do you really want from your career? More flexibility? A sense of purpose? Creative freedom? Once you know what matters most, you can start making decisions that align with those values, rather than chasing someone else's dream. As James Clear notes in Atomic Habits, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. In other words, building a life around your unique version of success starts with creating daily habits and systems that support it. If you enjoyed this journey through career challenges and strategies, don't forget to subscribe. Join our community for more tips on building a fulfilling career that works for you.